It's been a minute trying to get my mind together and stuff. But alrighty, y'all. We back in the shop, and I haven't done really anything lately. Just trying to, take a break and find my way. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of kick back for a minute and get my mind together before I get in the blender. Because yes, I've learned so much about Blender, but in the time that I learned Blender, I've learned a lot with Blender, and I'm thinking I'm going on my year anniversary of Blender. I used to do everything in Zmod. So with that being stated, uh I still got some videos that I'm putting together for y'all for, step by step in depth tutorial about doing certain things in Blender. But nonetheless, doing things in Blender, you can overwork yourself with ease to where you don't want to really do anything. So uh sometimes you got to take a break, and just to get away, not to stress yourself out. Because one thing that I learned is if you start, continuously and continuously and continuously just doing and doing things, uh, you'll stress yourself out so much you don't even want to look at it. So, I had to take me a little break, just to get away from things and, kind of regroup and, attack back on things that, we can do things efficiently. Whereas not and to do instead of doing things to where uh just to be more at ease.
Bitch slap you back to Bangkok.
I gotta turn my soundboard off because we're not well, I leave it on. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta take a break. Yo, what up, Nathan? Appreciate you for coming by. We just get ready to work on the Peterbilt for a little bit. I've been neglecting my Pete for a while. So but I tell most people, like I was saying, most people be wondering, oh, where you been and you haven't really done anything. I'm like, man, when you sitting in Blender and you working on trailer after trailer after trailer, and now you working on truck after truck after truck, and then on top of that, you're working on, all kind of other things on top of that. It's you don't want to stress yourself out. You stress yourself out. 9 times out of 10, what happens is people will walk away from modding altogether. They won't even come back. They won't touch it. They won't look at it because it just gets so stressful just looking at a screen, basically cutting all your playtime out. So, me, I have over 60 games. And if I'm sitting here modding all the time, oh, if I'm sitting here modding all the time, then I'm going to lose what little sanity I got left. So, so, I just try to keep, you know, fresh. So when I do come back to modding and I'm like, oh, hey, I can do this. Hey, I can do that. Oh, look at this. Look at the net. Just so many different things that most people don't understand when it comes to modding. So we're gonna do maybe a 2.5 hour live stream, working on this truck and whatnot. And let's find my cushion pad because there's gonna be a lot of this in this keyboard and stuff. So let's get to that. Let me turn voice mod off because I'm gonna need. So You know, anybody tap in, speak, say hello. Hey, how you doing? I'll be here just, any advice that y'all, want, any questions, feel free to ask them. Anything that I might have missed that y'all think I should add, feel free to say. We're just doing a 2-hour live stream, and that's about it. So we're just gonna figure out where I'm gonna start at with this thing. So, what are we looking at? A lot of stuff for that matter. All right, let's start with frames. Start with frames. And I need a cap so I can look. Bump that down. Let's look at what we got here. So I've been looking and researching and all of the other stuff, and came across a whole lot of new deals that SCS has added. So I can, really just let's see. What I want to do with this frame. I've already done so much with this frame. It's just insane. The truth be told. And that's my shadow. I can make caps for these. Should I make caps? Is the question. Should I make caps for these? Is the question. I haven't made up my mind yet. First things first, we need to check out folders and make sure all our folders is right before we even touch this thing. So yeah, our folders is off. So I need to go find a folder. And I got so many dang files. Is this it? Yep, this is it. This is it. So this will be a perfect frame for the but I'm gonna change some things up. Appreciate you, Josh. Man, appreciate you. I've been saying I'm gonna do something for y'all for a while, and get this live Moddin stream. You got any questions and anything that you think I should be look at or look that way? This is a team sport, I ain't team, so we got to make sure we get this stuff together. Y'all the ones that's gonna be buying it or trying it or driving it or whatever. So I have to make sure that whatever input y'all like, y'all will know what's going on. So I appreciate the follow. Now it's gonna take it's gonna take a little time for me to do this, but I might as well do it now and just call it a day. And because I don't know what happened to my 389. All I know, 146 came in and just crashed everything. So let's take this is not gonna be default parts. We're gonna call this. We're gonna make a new one called frame. So I'm gonna put an F long one. This is gonna be frame long one. So F long one. And then the shadow goes with that. That's got to be assigned. And then that shadow. Oh nope, that got to be assigned. Since these rear lights, we're not gonna need. I mean, we can, but then if we just move them, then this one will have nothing. So you got to just kind of line everything up. So everything got to be replaced uh to have a new one. Now, if it's something like up here, you won't need to move it to the new variant. So right now I'm making variants. That's what I'm doing. I'm making another variant of this frame. I'm gonna be F long one, F long two, F long three, F long four, F long five. So it's so forth and so forth, vice versa, vice versa. So this shadow is a little too low. Mm, we'll leave that default right now. I don't know if it's gonna impact anything. See, that's right there. See, I'm not gonna be messing with anything around in this part, so I don't need to mess with this one. This one can stay on default. The front wheels, they can stay on default. They can stay on default because it's going to be universal. Now, as far as the back wheels, each one of these back wheels have to be assigned to F long one. So F long one, F long one, F long one, F long one. And go up here, and these collisions need to be assigned. Now, I don't know what goofball put. Oh, the only goofball that worked on is me, so I'm the goofball. So what I want to do is I need to remake this collision while I'm here. So I'm gonna take this. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this. I gotta figure out which one is it. This big collision. Cause I'm gonna be reshaping some things. There's gonna be some new collisions added. You know. Oh, so the problem that you have with this is I don't want that to collide. I don't know why is this so far up. So let's give you a little history of this 389. This 389 came out from 136, 137. Guy made the model and everything like that. He was like, "Hey, yo," I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" He was like, "Man, I'm getting out the business." I'm like, "Well, wow, one of my favorite trucks." You know what I'm saying? This is before I knew it, but this for rolling. This one Pingas was still a part of the SES and all that good stuff. I'm like, "Wow, you one of my favorite trucks?" He was like, "Man, I just don't want to do it no more. It's just too stressful. I can't play the game. I can't do nothing." I'm like, "What is it gonna take for me to get that truck from me so I can have full control of it?" He was like, "You know what, man? If you just promise me you'll learn how to do this, I'll give you the truck." I'm like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm getting out the game. I don't want nothing to do with it no more because it's just so stressful." And I see what he means by it being so stressful. This can get very stressful, like quick. Like you just have no idea how stressful this stuff can get. People are just so overbearing, so over demanding. Like it gets stressful. So when you look at things, you just gotta really not take into account of letting people stress you out. And that's what he said happened to him. He's like, yes, I love modding, I love doing all this other stuff and putting things in the game actually and being on levels that at the time was unheard of. But he said he just got so stressed out doing this, he walked away. Uh, believe it or not, the creator of the original accessories pack, like he said, what he says, he lost his hard drive. If you uploaded your files to the cloud and you can go back and re-download your cloud or your stuff, he walked away from the business too. So you people just gotta learn like this is not a easy to come by business. Just with dealing with people and their thoughts and their opinions. So sometimes that's why I take so many breaks. So I don't end up stressing myself out so much to where I don't want to do it no more. So I need to make this default part, which it is. And I need to go to here. Actually, that needs to be a little longer. Now these, what I'm end up doing with these is I gotta add a collision for the now I gotta advanced coupling, and there it is. So the advanced coupling is already there, so we're not worried about that. We just reshaping these collision files so we can be good to go. And from that aspect, we could just go from there and just do some other stuff. And just keep everything together. So I need to work on that one, and then I can move this, and then I will transform it. Now I could just say the hell with it and just make this whole box right here and just put it on, and that's what I think I'm about to do. Damn all that. And we're gonna delete them. Hold on. Wait a minute. What did I delete? Okay. So let's see. Now I'm just gonna go back to this one, and I am going to stretch him to be a good little length, and then I'm gonna put him smack dab over the middle, like that. Shape it a little bit more. And then what we're gonna do is boom. And then we're gonna go back and add him to F long one. So now he's dedicated F long one. These need to be dedicated F long one. Now what I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something different. Also with the collision tube. So this needs to be a new part. I'm gonna put FL1 CL. So these are parts. These are parts. So, and then I'm gonna put all these assigned to there. So, and then I'm gonna go to this collision file and assign them to here. So, what if I make another variant, like a painted variant of this frame? I could just set it to use the same collisions without breaking it, and then everything will be smooth. It'll be butter. So we don't have to worry about going back and forth on what's broken and what's not broken. Uh, so yeah. Another thing that I'm looking at is now that I have the collisions reset, now I'm gonna make another one of these frames, and I'm gonna do it with Shift D. No, wait a minute. I'm thinking about something. I'm thinking about a lot. So I want to go back and these everything that put for F long one, I want to highlight. So I press select, and then the pieces I want to deselect. And the reason why I want to do that, I need to add that to F long one CL. So, and there's a reason why I added these to F1 CL because I'm going to make another frame to where this is painted. So Shift D, Escape, and then we're gonna go into the materials, and let's say, I got all my stuff, and I want to duplicate this, and I'm gonna call this painted. It'll change the name to what it is right now, based on the first texture that you got loaded in, but the naming process is for you while you're modding. It's not for the game itself. Frame 1L painted. And now I'm gonna go down here. And instead of changing it to truck paint, I'm gonna add the paint. And instead of this have to be at 250, we're at 1. And then this, we don't need that yet, so we're gonna minimize this. And then I'm gonna do the end map. So I had the end map as brush steel, but since I'm using a painted texture, I need a flat white because you're not gonna need. I need a flat white, and that give you your paint. The shadow map, aka the AO bake, is on a different channel, so it'll progress things differently. What the hell is this black mark? What is that black mark? I'm about to rebake this thing. We're rebaking in a few because I want to make sure this thing's right. So now we got a painted frame. I need to. Oh, I definitely need to update that. That 250 specular. I need that at. Oh, that's too shiny. That's too shiny. Yeah, I don't want you don't want you want play with the shininess. You don't want it too shiny. I know the Fresno is like no Fresno, so that's what adding all that shine. So you wanna depending on how your shininess be. Now you look at that, we got a beautiful painted steel frame. So now, what do I do with the steel frame? This back here has got to get changed. I should have changed this before I even did it. Because you're not going to have a painted airbag. You're not going to have a painted airbag holders. All that need to be changed. So before I even save that, I need to go back here. And we need to do some in-depth work. So I want to Control L, select all of that airbag. C, Control L, select all of that airbag. And Control L, Control L. And now what I want to do is I want to separate this by selection. By selection. And I also want to go back to the big one, the main one. And I want to separate. You got to really get up in here because I haven't figured out a way to do it yet. So I haven't really figured out a way to do it yet. So y'all gotta work with me. And I'd rather do it the hard, long way than doing it the short way and messing something up if I don't know how to do it. So, Blender is still a whole process. You have to sit and learn and understand how Blender works, what makes Blender function. I mean, Blender can make you or break you. Like, that's just simply how it is. Control L. And I'm going to separate these. And we're going to hide those. We're going to hide the bags. I could care less about those. But my tediousness then kicked in me, so I guess I just go ahead and grab them. I mean, I guess whatever. Control L, select all those, slide over here, then Control L, then we're gonna separate those. And what else do I want to separate that's gonna be different? I can do these shocks. Yeah, I can do these shocks. Yeah. Now, a lot of people have asked me where did I learn Blender from, and I learned Blender from Half Fast Gaming. Look him up on YouTube. even puts out a video. If you have been watching his videos for the past few years, there should be no reason why you don't have your own truck. And he's absolutely right. When I really sat down and just really started paying attention to his videos, it came slowly. It first started with, lowering and slamming the truck. Then it went to, working with the paint, the materials, and the materials was where I excel at. So, selected too much. I want everything of the shock because I'm gonna be changing the shocks. Now these brake chambers. I know it's black. The caps are, and my 18 wheeler's not here, so I'm trying to figure out what the caps are. What is the caps? I can't remember what the caps are. The caps are steel. And it's highlighting the whole thing. So typical. Well, it's just gonna bother me if I don't do it. So we're just gonna do it. I don't like those brake chambers. Who said those was brake chambers? See, and this will drive you insane. And this would really start, driving me to modeling. So, it's like a complex part, but it's not. What truck do I have that has? Brake chambers? Because those got to go. These are hideous. These things are hideous. They got to go. It's just what can I say? I have so many Peterbilts. Like, I kid you not. I have Peterbilts that I've been working on for years. Does this one have a decent brake chamber? Yes. This whole frame is actually better. So this truck is more out of the woodworks of being finished. This truck got a long way to go. We talking about interior. I gotta change the animations. I mean, I got so much to do. This one is gonna be a while before it's finished. But this one, I'm looking at the frame and y'all talk to me. Which frame y'all think look better? This one has a lot more detail on this frame. And then let's go back to the other one. It's like this one is naked. Like that one is naked. I'm about 5 degrees from importing a whole other frame. No, but then you gotta rebake it, motherfucker. I really don't care because I do all that myself. Let's hide everything. Let's hide everything that's shown. Yeah, I think I should just use this frame instead. I would have to rebake it and least it got brake chambers, and if we just looking at frames, I personally think this one is better. This frame is just looks so outdated. So why don't we do this? Make sure it's in the collection, and we're gonna go back to the other truck. And this I can add. We don't need this in there. We can add that. I think that one we're taking that. And now I want to. Oh damn! This thing got a lot of stuff. All advanced collisions. That is missing some collisions too. I gotta really stop working on stuff and stop finishing it. Like that is like the biggest sin of mine. Uh, let's do this. Oh crap! Then I have to figure out how to do the damn shadow mount. Copy all objects. I'm gonna slide over here. And we're gonna see how this matches up with my 379. Now that was a legacy I'm working on over there. Paste objects. It goes very well. You know, we granted that we got to do some modifying, but we just gonna call this uh we're just gonna call this shift A at root object. So they don't all just be just oh crap before I add root object. Cursor to selected, which is there. Now we just press Control Z. It won't move my cursor because that's like a one-way action. You can't move that. So shift A root object, and then adds everything to a root object. So just looking. I don't want to call it nothing right now because we're just looking. Oh God, well, hot damn that buttery biscuits. Is that part of the chassis? Part of the truck. I mean, I think it would be a great transformation to my I think it would be a great transformation. The whole new frame. Now, yes, I would have to go in and change pretty much theoretically every texture because this texturing is going to, it's going to be looking for another texture from another folder, and that's not just going to add up well. So I can literally get rid of all the old ones. It's a lot more work, but this is my personal project. For me, I haven't made my mind if I'm going to release this one yet, but for now, I think that this is the best option because that old frame, it just, we just look at the old frame. It just look, real, it just look old. And like I said, this truck came from 136. So it's about time it got an update. So we definitely got some alignment to do, but that's no, that's part of the geometry. That's the easy part. I gotta see what part is sticking out. Let's add the parts in. See what we got. So slightly on the front end of the frame, I'm digging it. We're definitely rocking with it. Yes, do I have to do a lot of transformations? Absolutely. But is it worth it? Absolutely. So it's definitely worth it. So, and it's a very high polygon. Control L. Make sure we got everything of that selected. Selection. This one gonna have to move too. So go back. Select all of them. And then I'm gonna select all of these. So my mind is made up. The truck is getting new frames. Simple as that. So let's what we're looking at. What we're looking at. What we're looking at. So the truck is definitely getting a new frame. That's without a shadow of a doubt. We don't even need to go back in there if we really don't want to. I'm really just really at the point to where I'm just gonna redo the whole freaking truck. But before we really just crack into that, I need to make sure of a critical front component. Uh, I need to make sure that the front wheel nose are aligned because even though that the front wheel nose go to the chassis, it have to align with the body, and you don't want a front wheel way up to the front. So let me check to make sure. It's a little bit up, little slightly forward, little slightly back, but what the hell? It's fine. If it needs to be adjusted, I can always go in and adjust it. But yeah, my decision's made up. My mind's made up. This my Peterbilt is getting a new frame. So another thing, when you're looking in Blender, I can snap this plate down smack dab on that bumper by using the snapping node. And it snapped dag on that bumper. So everything looks good. We're gonna have to redo tanks. We're gonna have to redo everything. But this is what I want. This is my personal truck. Not for sale, not for show. This is what I jump into. I want to drive American Truck Simulator and or my W900 that's available on Patreon. Sometimes my international, but it's so many things. This truck right here is, I can say I did this. This truck has a lot of prototype parts. This truck has a lot of, concept parts that I'm working on, that I'm trying to put out. It's just my whole idea design to when I want to do a public Peterbilt is really just go to my concept truck and what did I did there, I'm gonna do over here. If it works there, if it works over here. So yes, it's definitely getting a new frame. We just have to redo everything, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm not too messed up with that. Oh yeah, I did do a lot of work to this frame. So yeah, I did a lot of work to this frame. But we just got to do it again. So what I want to do now is how I want this frame. Hey, where's the drive axle? Okay, there you go. Is how I want this. I gotta really, pay attention to how I want it. Uh, you know, first things first. Let's work on these and rewriting the depth and stuff like that. It just, and this is why I say it's critical, it is imperative that you take breaks. If you do not take breaks, you will work yourself out. And if you work yourself out, you will not be happy at anything you do in Blender. Selection? Before I move the other one, I need to go back and find out if there's two frames in here. If it is, then I have to reset every frame. So, which is not a big deal. Selection. Now that's separated. So we can just hide this one. We can hide that. We can hide that. You know, truth be told, I'll probably just end up actually putting that on the damn fuel tanks instead of just laying on a frame. But we'll see how it goes. now, let's get to, and we have new friends, so we can bake. Just gotta see how I want to bake it. You can see the crispiness of this frame versus the old frame. Now, these are shock mounts. I can't do a damn thing about these. Or can I? So this is my 6'3" flat top. I want to go here. Everything was called chassis 6x4L. What I want to call this? He's gonna go to frames. Frame 6x4 P1. Because it's gonna be a whole bunch of new frames, though. New frames across the board. New frames for everybody. Uh, go to cabs. I want to hide my 63, and I want to bring up my 70. This is the biggest sleeper I got for it, and this whole goddamn thing I get a new collision, which I forgot to do a while back. So and let's be honest, this whole frame is trash. Collision is trash. Oh, you're still in position now? Oh, we gonna stream it? Oh, you talking about co-stream? I gotta Google it. Piece of cake. All our stuff back. Huh? Hmm. So of course I would have to redo the body, but I can just use these. Hmm? You said what? I just stick to my favorites. I'm not going back and forth with that. Now, I would have to take this body because everything's lining up perfectly. I'm just outstanding how this frame is just lining up so well with one of my other trucks or projects that I'm working on. But how am I going to get this to clamp down? That's the question. I have to hold frames, and all I want is this. I don't even want that one. I just need the top. Let's see if that'll work. Nope. Something's highlighted with the truck. Here we go. Something's still highlighted with the truck. Something's highlighted with the truck, and I have to find it. Let's go here and let's. Oh, this was just a sleeper. Why is it still pulling? And there should be nothing out. Well, look like we're gonna do this the hard way. But nonetheless, let's look at another cab that we have. I fabled one of my favorites, 63 Mercury. Got this from a friend of mine. That's why another reason why this is still a prototype. I still have to learn how to make this one. So now my 63 is goes slap perfect on this frame. If y'all haven't learned by now, you need to be saving your work every chance you get. Do not ever just keep continuing and not saving because you will have a bad day. And with that, you don't want that. I save a couple times just to give me a little insurance peace of mind to where I don't have to go back and do all this again. So that's saved. Let's let's we gotta rebake everything. So I just want to look at what I want to add. Theoretically, my goal was to go here, add new frames, and be done for the day. And kick pick up with it tomorrow. Now it look like we got a whole new ordeal and a whole new uh man, what my vape? Let me see your vape. But one thing for sure I know I'm not doing, I'm not scrapping the whole project, starting fresh. I got over almost 2,000 different parts in this truck that I added. That ain't gonna happen. What I can say that I need to look in here, see if I got steps. No steps. We need to find where the steps are at. Oh, they're part of the truck. Ooh, we need to add this too. Hood cowl. Person to select it. I want to add this in parts. Oh, I already have it loaded in. So the steps would theoretically work. Everything works with this truck, with this new frame. Now, that's not working. That's going to have to be moved, which is no big deal, but it has to be moved nonetheless. And most people would move just the fenders. Then you guys have to think about, what about all your other fenders? I have almost 20 different sets of fenders on this truck. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to go find, see if it got one in this frame. And if it does, we'll be golden. Now, this truck is called rear fender, and it is right there. Not ideal. So we'll go to the O one. And the O one will have muff flap fenders. We're gonna turn that node on. Oh no, not that one. We're gonna turn that node on. And we want to move cursor to selected. We want to move this one selection, the cursor. And then I want to take this one, turn it off. Now we got this. I'm gonna highlight that, and then we're gonna, oh, is it selected? We could minimize this. Select that, and then we're gonna come down here and select the fenders. Like I told you, I have so many different dang fenders. It's just crazy, you know. So I gotta turn on all my fenders. That's my 3-axle, which that'll be last. And I want to select that one, and we're gonna move that. Actually, do we have to? Yes. No, kind of get a good eyeball for it. I have to eyeball it without my tires in, which I'll do later. Normally I do, but I didn't this go round. Or did I? Or I didn't. Now this bracket, I can move in because it's really a pain in my ass. Maybe I should just move this T-bar instead. Back here. Do we have a rear bumper section? No, we don't. Yes, we do. So let's do this. Curse just select it. And let's just see where it just goes. I want the rear bumper. Move selection to cursor. And now we got a good eyeball on where everything is at. So let's do this. Then we got to move the flares, but let's move the flares. Where it go? There we go. Now, don't do that with the flares and individual nodes. It will literally put every individual node on that thing. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. We're gonna slap it dead on that frame. There we go. We just gotta line it up. There we go. Rear bumper without destroying the rear fenders. So I went over baking so many times. I don't really want to go over it tonight. Uh, what's wrong with these? No, these shouldn't be no imported. I made this texture. That I know for sure. I made this whole Donaldson filter. Yeah, that truck is gonna look amazing with that new frame. It's gonna look amazing. We just had to, break it down, add all the new stuff, add new textures, and just how things go. My project truck, so that's why it's a prototype. That's where all my mistakes are done for the Peterbilt. Let's go to exhaust. Because the truck just looks so naked without exhaust. Imports. You go over here so I can see. So if you wonder why I just moved it off another screen, the main screen is at 3440 by 1440. So it's a 1440p screen, so it's very, very small to see something that's small. But my second screen is a 1080, so it blows everything up. So it works wonders for me. I just want to import an exhaust. Vehicle, truck. We about to play Civilization a minute back. Huh? Oh shit, bro, you ain't no good. Fuck you. Huh? All right, I'm finna end it. Right. Trucks looks a whole lot better with some stats. So I don't want to keep I don't want to keep her waiting. We're gonna go play some Civilization. We're gonna jump on Twitch, and from Twitch, we'll be streaming Civilization. Did you figure out how to do the co-stream? Okay. Who the fuck is Brandon? So this will be the project I'll be working on going forward. W9, I have some small issues to work on. The load kings are getting new loads and getting some other stuff done to it. And I also have the W9, the 49X. So, all right. So, we're going to be out of here for the night. We appreciate everybody that came through. Like the video, want to see more content of me in the shop modding and doing, crazy things with Blender. Subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I do go live in the Blender shop. It will only be on YouTube, not on Twitch. Only on YouTube for YouTube and for all the YouTube people that want to learn how to do this stuff. Y'all take it easy. Y'all can rewatch and all that and re-scroll and everything. Whatever y'all need to do. So we're gonna be out for the day.